So I've built a deck that I've been toying with a bit because I wanted to try out the new card, Captain Hook, the Pirate King, and it turns out he's really good in the traditional green steel package. But I thought, what if we take it further, because I don't really like discard decks? So I did some tweaking and ended up making a kind of floodborn control shooty deck. I don't really know what else to call it. Thus was born Shifty Pirates. So today I'm going to explain the list, go over some of the cards in it, explain why they're there, and then show a little gameplay. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to please like this video and subscribe to the Sorcerer's Hat for more Disney Lorcana content. I post brand new videos every Friday. I managed to hit 1,000 subscribers last week, and I cannot thank you all enough. I'm so pleased at how everything has been going. The giveaway details are coming very soon. The prizes are in the mail, and if you haven't already checked out my post feed, on my channel, please do. There is a poll to figure out how the prizes will be distributed. More details on the prizes and how to enter the giveaway are coming very soon. All right, enough chit chat. Let's look at the deck. So first things first, obviously this deck isn't incredibly unique. It's the basic green steel discard package that people know and love, but also love to hate. Instead, I've opted to completely remove all of the discard cards other than Ursula Deceiver and rely instead on outvaluing your opponent through card draw, removal songs, and some really great shift targets. But first things first, we've got the Floodborn characters. There are a total of 5 of them in the deck, and that is Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, Pete Space Pirate, Beast Tragic Hero, Diablo Devoted Herald, and Captain Hook the Pirate King. Because we run so many shift targets, we opt to run some copies of Morph in order to either help us shift a character we need when we miss their normal target, or to shift characters like Tinkerbell or Beast that have no shift targets in the deck. I'm only running 2 copies of Morph at the moment, but there's a world in which I change the deck to go up to 4 just to make shifting a little more consistent. Next, we've got the Diablos. You probably know all about them, but in case you don't, you can shift Diablo on turn 2 and use him to sing songs or start drawing when your opponent draws. When unanswered, Diablo draws you a ton of cards. He shouldn't be your primary game plan, however, since in the current set 8 meta, there are a lot of answers to him, so you should only play him when you're confident that he won't get removed immediately. So with all of the anti-Diablo cards going around the meta, how do we protect him when we decide to play him? Well, for other song-based decks, we rely pretty heavily on Ursula Deceiver to make our opponent discard important songs that they might need, either to remove our best cards from play or to wipe the board. In some matchups, Ursula is totally useless. The big one that comes to mind is Chernadogs, or an aggro deck. So in those matchups, or any heavily character-based decks, this can kind of usually just go right in the inkwell. But for any deck that runs any kind of songs, especially ones that are going to really ruin your game plan, this card is absolutely essential. We also play 4 copies of Beast Tragic Hero to help us with card draw in case it's not super safe to play a Diablo. Beast is best shifted on turn 3 using a Morph you played on turn 2. He can also come down almost any time during late game, and as long as he survives, he'll pay dividends. One way I used him recently was to save it until my opponent used Be Prepared and wiped the board. This helped especially because they didn't really have anything to do afterwards because they used all their ink playing Be Prepared, so I immediately played Beast, started drawing more cards, got card advantage, and ended up winning that game. The main 2 stars of the deck are Captain Hook Pirate King and Smee Space Pirate. One of the best shift lines you can do with the deck is to play Hook Forceful Duelist on turn 1, Morph on turn 2, shift Captain Hook Pirate King on turn 3, and then on turn 4, shift Pete Space Pirate onto Morph, and you'll have 2 characters that can sing any song in the deck and also help give each other resist, and in Captain Hook's case, strength as well. Using these 2 characters together can net you some amazing trades or just stop your opponent from questing altogether for fear that they're going to lose their characters. Pete also prevents your opponents from singing songs, which can be incredibly detrimental to a lot of decks. Another fun shift line you can do involves playing Hook on turn 1 and shifting him on turn 3, but on turn 2, you play Smee. That way when you shift Hook on turn 3, you could have him trade into, say, a Daisy or something. which will then give Smee +2 strength and +2 resist, and let him trade with another character if he can. And because Captain Hook is a captain, Smee won't take any damage from being exerted at the end of the turn. It can be a really good tempo swing if your opponent doesn't respect it. We also include 4 copies of Tinkerbell Giant Fairy in the list because it's an easy way to clean up your opponent's board, but it also activates Captain Hook's ability, which makes all your pirate characters stronger and able to clean up the rest of your opponent's board. Tinkerbell can then threaten any opposing characters that want to quest, making it easier for you to quest and win the game. She's also a floodborn, so she can shift on top of Morph and act immediately if you need her to do that, but most of the time I'm usually using her to proc Captain Hook, or I'm just using her to threaten the board. The other interesting addition is Mosquito Bite. This card is mainly in the deck in order to combat illusion characters like Iago, which is run in most Amethyst decks at the time of this recording. It can also be paired with cards like Go-Go for extra reach. I actually won a game with this deck because I needed 1 extra lore to win, and so I used Mosquito Bite and then just played Go-Go so I could pass the finish line. It can also help you just take out some random things where you didn't quite have enough damage. The main complaint I have is that this does not activate Captain Hook's ability. Since you aren't damaging an opponent's card, you're just putting a damage counter on it. But I don't feel like there's enough room in the deck for more uninkables, so I'm not sure about putting in something like Fire the Cannons instead. There's a chance the count of this card goes down to 2 in the future, but it is really, really good at taking out illusions efficiently, and it also can just really help you trade up really well. Another random card we have in the list is Go-Go Tamago Darting Dynamo. It's just to give the deck some more reach. It can also just help you get some extra lore when your opponent has a character with damage on it, sort of just sitting there. It can be an evasive threat against competing Diablos, and all in all, she's just a really solid card. Go-Go can be especially good when you need to close out a game that you have no business winning, so I've included 2 copies of her in the deck just for that reason. And if you don't really want to play her, you could cut her for other things just to change the ratios, but she can help you in some bad matchups, and I have had success just playing Go-Go and winning the game. As for the removal package, we run the same basic songs that the other Steel decks run, which is Strength of a Raging Fire, Let the Storm Rage On, and then Along Came Zeus. I also included 2 copies of Grab Your Sword for similar reasons as Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. This song can be sung by all the Floodborn characters in the deck except Diablo, but it can help you in the aggro matchup, getting past characters that have ward, or when you're just against a discard deck by letting you take out their Diablo and Prince John's, etc. But it also activates Captain Hook's ability, which will help you trade even better after all opposing characters get 2 damage on them. And of course, all your pirates get +2 strength and +2 resist, so the trades get even better. The ultimate goal of the deck is to get some good shift lines early on that will either let you control the board or draw more. Usually you win by being patient, making optimal trades, and using removal to control the board, and eventually questing with your pirate characters for maximum impact. All in all, I think this is a really good deck, and it's pretty fun. There are a few changes I'm thinking of making to the deck to make it more consistent, but I believe for the start of set 8, this is actually a really good starting point. So that's the deck in a nutshell, but now let's look at some gameplay on Inktable and talk through some of the lines. If you're not going to watch the gameplay, I will just say thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe to the Sorcerer's Hat for more Lorcana videos. I post a new one every Friday. I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye. Love you. But for the rest of you that want to watch gameplay, let's go. Okay, so we're going to try this game against the Chernodogs deck that won the Ravensburg tournament in Germany. I think that this deck has a pretty good pretty good time into this deck as long as you play it right and they don't just like curve out completely. You do kind of need removal to make that happen, but it should be okay. Right now, we don't have a great shift line, I'd say. We can play the Morph and then the Captain Hook on turn 3 if we want, or we can play Beast, which is probably the play just because we'll be able to draw more cards. Diablo is also really good, but we don't have the shift line for him, so we could aggressively try to get Diablo. We definitely don't keep Ursula because Ursula does literally nothing in this matchup. But I think we probably discard one of these And then we have some choice. We can kind of figure out what's more important right now. So I think we'll go with this and just really hope we get something. Okay, so we got Captain Hook. We have the Captain Hook line. We have Diablo, but we don't have any actions to discard to shift him. Pete, I don't know when we're getting a Pete anytime soon, so I think we'll go ahead and ink Pete. And I think to be safe, well, I think we just play Captain Hook. And the reason for that is because we can play Morph on 2, and if we really want to shift Diablo, we can shift Diablo, and it should be okay. And there we go, we just got an action. So we can go ahead and ink this Diablo, play the Morph, and then we can shift on top. We won't get the draw, but it should be okay. We'll go ahead and pass. And they're going to start questing. This feels pretty good. As soon as you start drawing, you can just lock them completely out of the game, and it's really, really easy. So we don't have anything for Diablo to sing. We could just take out the Little John, but then we probably get Hook killed. So let's go ahead and ink this, and we'll shift just to make Hook really strong, and we can take out Little John. And then Captain Hook is really good. We get the resist and the damage for damaging anything. But Captain Hook's really good against this deck because you can quest with him and you're probably okay unless they play like Cricky or Tramp or something. And they're not going to be able to slam into this to get a Rapunzel draw off because he has 4 strength and it just doesn't work. So we'll go ahead and quest with Diablo and we'll start drawing some cards. So yes, we'll draw another Captain Hook. I don't really think we need to play that, but we could. But I feel like it's probably better as ink. I think it's better as ink because we do need to get rid of this Daisy. So I think what we do is we actually ink this Hook and keep this one around in case we get another just low level uninkable, and we can play another one. 2 of these on the board can do some real work. So first things first, I think we just use our turn playing Zeus to take out Daisy. We'll get the strength and resist, not that it matters, and we'll take out Nala. So that way they have to really like dump their hand in order to get Piglet to get a bunch of lore, and then we'll go ahead and quest so we can get some more cards. So we're gonna draw. And this is good actually right now because now we're gonna be drawing multiple times a turn. We could, and this is even better because we don't really want this in this matchup, so we're just going to toss Ursula away. We could take out the Piglet, and we probably should, which means we're probably going to lose this Captain Hook. And that's probably okay because we can just get another one. So I think we just play the Beast and quest with Diablo, and then we just take it out. And if they want to throw Prince Philip into it to take him out, that's honestly fine because we can just play another one. I'm gonna draw off Diablo, get another Ursula, so that's just some easy ink, and yeah, they just do that. The good thing is I know that ink table can be kind of dumb sometimes. Okay, this changes things a little bit. So they have Chernabog, but honestly, if we just keep drawing, we're gonna draw the removal we need. So suddenly Ursula's not looking too bad because we can just start flooding the board with stuff so that we can get strength boosted up. So I think we just play the Ursula, and of course they just have a Daisy, so whatever. Play, yep, they have a Daisy. And I think we just quest with Diablo and we just bide our time because we're gonna draw so many more cards than them. We're gonna draw off Diablo. Grab Your Sword's really good in this matchup, not in this specific instance, but in this matchup, Grab Your Sword is pretty amazing. So we're gonna draw. Okay, we got 2 copies of Strength of a Raging Fire, so that means we could play a Hook and do 10 damage if we sing both of them, or yeah, actually that is what we do. That does mean that Beast will probably get hit by Cricky if he boosts it up just to keep us from drawing cards, but we have so much card advantage right now, I don't think it really matters. So I think what we do is, and it doesn't really matter which of these we play, if we really want to go crazy, we could just play the Diablo. So I think we'll just do that. We will, you know what, yeah, we'll shift it and we'll get rid of Grab Your Sword because I don't think, at this point, I don't think we need it. And then we play Captain Hook And we sing strength, get the resist, sing strength, take it out. And then we could quest with Beast. I think we just quest with Beast. This is the point where we kind of just quest with Ursula. Because at this point, they're not coming back from this. We can draw and draw off the 2 Diablos. And they're going to try and beat us on questing, but chances are we're going to just eliminate this Cricky next turn anyway. So we'll draw off Beast. Let's see. Don't really need that. I think we just play a Pete and the Diablo and see they have a Tramp. That's fine. Cricky. It's a little unfortunate we have to throw Captain Hook into this, but it's probably okay. And then we just, honestly, Beast has done his job. We can quest and just really put the pressure on. And then we can pass. And there's almost, honestly, like nothing they can do really to come back from this. They can keep questing, and they're going to keep getting stuff. Daisy's going to put a Diablo in our hand. They can keep getting stuff, and yeah, they can rip that, but like, we draw cards, and we can count lore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We already won. We don't even have to play any more cards. We just quest out with everyone and win the game. And easy peasy. Okay, so this matchup on the draw can be tricky if they manage to get like some really high questers like Piglet and stuff out before you get any removal. That can be really, really rough. So I think we keep the Mosquito Bite because we can, if they play a Daisy, we can attack with Hook and then play Mosquito Bite. I think we keep Go-Go just for the ink right now. Diablo can kind of stay around for possible ink, but then we have this Hook to play also. So I think maybe we keep Mosquito Bite, possibly. I think, you know, we'll go with this hand and see how it goes. I do think I'm going to play the Captain. And there's the Daisy. Called it. So we're going to draw for the first turn. Actually, not a bad draw. I think we go ahead and I don't think we're not gonna need Go-Go anytime soon. So we go ahead and do that, and then we play Captain Hook. If we really want to be aggressive about taking them out, we can. And there's a Diablo. Okay. That changes things a little. Well, yeah, it does change things a little. So we were probably going to use this Mosquito Bite to take out Daisy. I think we just take out the Merfolk and play Smee. Or we can go for the Diablo shift line and really push the card advantage, which would be nice because it's really nice to have the removal, even though we have some right now. I think we play Diablo. Let's see what they have. Yeah, they have a Piglet and a Leela, so we really got to control the board right now. So I think we ink a Morph. I don't think we need him. We have the shift targets we need. And then I think we play, for now, Mosquito Bite on the Merfolk, and we kind of hope we get some more removal if we want to shift Diablo. We get a Hook, so okay. That's at least ink. And we can shift this Hook next turn and take out the Daisy, which will help quite a bit. Ursula, again, we don't need her in this matchup, so she's easy ink. She doesn't have any shift targets, so let's see. Do we want to throw Strength of a Raging Fire away? I don't know. Because on one hand, we could just blast the Piglet right now and then kind of wait it out. That means they'll get 3 lore next turn, and then we can start taking them out. Although if we could do is shift Captain Hook and then sing and just take out the Piglet. And then we know, even though they're going to turn 4, we know that they can't slam anything into this to get the Rapunzel heal off. So that'll at least start us on the path. Okay, we get another Diablo. That's fine. We can probably ink that guy. And they're going to play a Donald Duck. Okay. It's a little bit of a setback. We definitely need some removal, and pulling another hook is not the greatest. I think we get kind of weird here. I think we need to play Smee and then these two Captain Hooks and just start controlling the board. So we'll have Hook just take out the Donald. They're going to get to 11 lore next turn, but honestly, it's probably okay. Let's see if they pull another character. It's another beast. It's kind of lucky, actually, because that means they didn't cycle any of our removal. So I think at this point, we've kind of reached critical mass. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we're not getting any removal. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Diablo and ink the Smee, because I don't think I need them right now. What I'm going to do, since we want to proc Captain Hook and getting his strength and resist, and then he can take out Daisy without taking any damage, is we just toss Diablo into Nala to proc Captain Hook, and then Captain Hook can take out Daisy. Easy. And then this Captain Hook can take out Nala, and then the rest of the characters can just quest. And now we should, in theory, start pulling some removal, and which we'll need because we need to take care of this Chernobog. But the nice thing is we'll be able to start pulling cards. So I think, as tempting as that is, I think we need to play Beast because we need card draw. We need to be able to take care of this, and this will get us one card and then another card. So we need to do that. We could keep pushing because the one Chernobog can only take out one character, and we'll be able to probably beat them on the race, even if they took out one per turn. See, we're already like basically caught up. And I think honestly, if we just quest out, we don't even need to deal with the Chernobog, and they're gonna go ahead. Honestly, I think normally they would quest with Chernobog, and they're gonna draw cards, but at this point, and we're also gonna draw cards. At this point, I don't think it matters because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we shift Captain Hook, we just win. So we'll draw the cards just cause, shift Captain Hook, and we just quest out and we win. See, Chernobog and Chernodogs is not that scary to this deck, especially when you start drawing cards. You just kind of hold them off as much as you can, and then at some point you can reach critical mass and you can kind of just win, and they can't really stop you. So that's that matchup. Let's go to another one. Okay, so this is the red-blue matchup. This is actually against a red-blue deck that I played in set champs. I made top 8 twice with it. I only went to 2 set champs, so basically I made it top 8 100% of the time with this deck, but I played a lot with it during the set. So you can kind of, it does have a lot of control options. You do have to be mindful of the be prepared, but if you play it right, you can kind of get around it. Diablo is a bit of a problem for it as well, because you need things like Brawl to get rid of it, or you need to play Sisu to get rid of it. So let's see. We have Captain Hook and Smee, but we have the bigger Captain Hook. This is a good discard target for Diablo, so I kind of am tempted to keep it. Pete is really, really good in this matchup, but we don't really need him this early on unless we want to shift. I'm really tempted to throw most of this away, including the Smee, but I think I'll keep this Smee because we need to do something at some point. So we'll throw all that back. Okay, so this is kind of a weird hand. We don't really want Beast this early. I think we just ink Beast and go on. This matchup is kind of, I feel like can be 50-50. Usually it's pretty sided towards red-blue. So if I lose, we'll see that in real time. I'm gonna put it in the video anyway, even if I lose. Okay, so now we have the Pete, which can shift onto this Pete. So this is our turn 3 and our turn 4. This is probably our turn 2 then, because we can probably rip one of their Be Prepareds or something out, and that will be great. I think we ink Smee and we play Ursula and see what we can grab. Wow, okay. a lot to be afraid of here. So they have a Sisu, they have 2 Be Prepared, so we'll go ahead and discard one of those. They can get it back with Maui Shark, but that means that they have to really like try for it, and that can be really difficult. Don't really need this right now, so I think we just get rid of it. And as tempted as I am to hold on to the Pete, I kind of want to shift the Pete to just make it harder, because then if they play Tala next turn, they had to have gotten a Tala, but if they play Tala next turn and they want to ramp with how far I'll go, they'll have to pay for it. So, or we go for the drawing cards thing. I don't think they have Brawl. I think we go for trying to draw cards. It might be greedy, but we're going to go for it. We'll see how it goes. Again, and don't take Ink Table as like the be-all end-all, because the AI is a little dumb sometimes. But it is a good way to just find out if you like decks and to just kind of show them in practice. Which is why I use it a lot, just to kind of test stuff out so I don't go out and like spend money or build stuff ahead of time. Okay, so Diablo can't really do anything, so we're just gonna quest. And then I think we ditch Tinkerbell and just play Pete. So no actions because they're about to hit 7 and they're gonna want to be prep. I think we just quest with Ursula, honestly. And we're gonna draw off Diablo, and then I think we honestly don't shift Pete because they are probably going to use B prep next turn, or maybe not. Okay, well we got a second Pete, so we can just throw that. We know they have the B prep unless they T-poed it, but an Ink Table is pretty dumb, so they might have, or they did the Sisu. Could be either one. So, you know, I actually am tempted to just shift Pete, because we can always recover with this, and then we sing Zeus to take out the shark, and then we quest, and we sort of pray that they don't have a board wipe right now. They probably do, but we're going to draw anyway. And they're going to quest out, and nope, they must have T-poed it. So they're searching for it. They played a McDuck Manor. Okay. McDuck's not great to see, but we can take care of it pretty easily. So I am tempted to grab your sword, the T-bows, just to help take care of them, and then keep these in hand in case they get a board wipe. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll just throw a bunch of damage into the McDuck Manor. And then we only need one damage after this to get rid of it. We're not questing, which is unfortunate. They're going to gain 2 lore, but the McDuck Manors, if you don't take care of them, they can kind of run away with the game. So they get 2 lore here. We're going to draw off their draw. They're going to brawl the Diablo. That's fine, because we have another Diablo, and I honestly don't even shift because it's not going to do anything. Ursula can go ahead and take out McDuck Manor by herself. And then we quest with Pete. Start catching up. Pass the turn. Okay, and they've played a Tamatoa, so this would be a really good time to have removal of some kind, which we don't, but we can sing this with Diablo and try to find something, and we don't find anything. So they're going to heal that, most likely, which is fine. They can't, Tamatoa can't take out the Pete, so he's probably safe. I think we can ink this Diablo, and I think we can play, let's play this Captain Hook, because we can always shift and you know, throw it off guard. And then Ursula's kind of done her job, so we're just going to quest. We're going to pass, and we're going to see what happens. We'll draw off the Diablo. Yep, Tamatoa's going to quest. Not going to play any items, and then we're getting a Maui. So Maui is going to take out Ursula, which, sure. It's not really the move I would do playing this deck. I probably would have taken out the Pete, but you are going to lose the Maui in the process, so maybe there's something to be said about that, but in my opinion, that's probably the play you want to do. Let's see. What can we do here? We have the Tinkerbell just to keep the threat kind of going. And if Pete gets got, It's not the worst thing in the world because we have some backups and we'll have a Tinkerbell to really like hold the board down. So I think we just play a Tinkerbell and just like hold it down, you know? Because we can kind of outquest them right now. We'll leave the hook and we'll draw. We definitely have much more card advantage. Okay, so yeah, the Pete and the Maui are gonna trade. That's okay. Gonna play another Tamatoa. Okay, now we really need like, yep, gonna draw. Okay, perfect. So this is good because then we can have Tinkerbell take out Tamatoa and then do 2 damage here, which isn't really super necessary, but then we can just play Zeus and honestly just go for it. What do you have in your hand? A Sisu? Oh, that's not good. Okay, then we won't play that. We're just gonna quest with everyone because if they ink something and play Sisu, then most of our board's gonna go away. We're gonna draw. And there's the Sisu. So they're gonna wipe our board. That's okay. We got another Zeus, so that's perfectly fine. We'll actually have Tinkerbell sing it so that we can play some characters. So we'll blast. And then let's just play a hook. And a second hook. Just start really putting the pressure on. So they're gonna draw Maui. Maui is not gonna trade, but we do have Mosquito Bite. So we could just do Mosquito Bite, or we could, oh, he's gonna heal. Okay. Oh, this kind of works out. Okay, so we'll play the Storm. You can draw a card. Hook will get resist. It's kind of a lot of damage to be throwing into him. I don't really want to do, so I think we just do Mosquito Bite to like finish him off. And then we quest. And we basically have the game on board. They need to like top deck Be Prepared or something, and they don't. So we get it. As soon as they're done playing Popsicles. So then we'll quest out. And that went a little awkward, but we still managed to get it done. So let's try it on the draw. See how it goes. Okay. So we do have Hook and Smee. It's a really good first turn, but we do kind of need to play Ursula in this matchup just to get most of those B preps like sorted out. I think we just ditch all these songs because and also Tinkerbell because they're uninkable and we kind of need other stuff. And if we could get a shift target for Hook, that would be really great. So we'll go ahead and ditch all this, and we got Hook, so that's good. We kind of need to keep the Smee. I think we'll see what we draw. I think we can safely get rid of the Beast because we don't really have a target for him at the moment, and I think we just play Hook and we pass because then next turn we can play Ursula and hopefully grab Be Prepared or How Far I'll Go or something, snipe that, and then we can continue on. Yeah, I don't think we need this Diablo, although we could have played Diablo first and checked, but I kind of want to go for the shift line, so we'll check now and hope. And there's a Be Prepared and a How Far I'll Go. I think I'm more worried about the Be Prepared, honestly, so I'll get rid of that. Just make it harder for them to wipe the board. And also we know there's just one less in the deck, right? So that makes our play like much safer. Okay, so we definitely don't need Mosquito Bite right now, and I think we can. They've dumped their hand. We're in a pretty good spot, so I think we shift Captain Hook, and then we have Hook just sing, just start drawing. We'll just eliminate and draw some cards. Yeah, we'll get resist. We don't really need it, but we'll do that. Ursula can pretty much quest safely here, so we're gonna do that. We'll pass turn. And they're gonna keep getting lore, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. They're gonna brawl Ursula, which I would never do playing that deck, but again, ink table's kind of stupid, so whatever. We don't really need another Captain Hook, but a Smee would be pretty great here to just go with it. So I think we just kind of start taking them out slowly, and yeah, we just go for it. And the nice thing too is Smee is not going to take any damage because Captain Hook is a captain. I'm tempted to keep the Pete, but I kind of want to keep drawing cards, so I think I'm not going to need strength. So I think I'll ink strength. I'll play Pete, because I think we're pretty safe to do that. And I think Smee is safe to just take this out. He's only going to take 1, and then he's not going to take any damage after the turn. So we're going to go ahead and pass because Captain Hook, and they don't even have anything to play. So they've got dead cards in their hand, which is good for us. They're not quite at 7, so I don't think we need to play the Pete yet. I think we need to wait until they ink again just to be safe. So I think we play Morph and Captain Hook and just really start going wide. And now we can take the lead and quest and quest and quest and pass. And they play a Maui Shark, and good news, we have the answer to Maui Shark, so we're gonna draw some cards. Go-Go would be great if we had a way to put like 4 damage, but we don't really, and it's probably safer to just have Beast sing that, get the resist. We'll play Pete just in case they ink and can wipe our board. And with that Pete, we probably just win this game. Because even if they play Sisu, they're wiping out 2 characters, and we still have 7 lore on the board. So they play McDuck, which isn't going to do anything. We just draw our cards, quest. We didn't even need Diablo that game. Look at this. You don't need it. You can kind of just rely on having these really beefy characters and just like taking people out. All right, let's go to the next matchup. So for this final matchup, I'm going to show you playing against a pretty stock Blurple list. I do think Blurple and Ruby Amethyst can kind of give this deck trouble, but if you play it right, you can kind of go 50-50 on it. If you play around Be Prepared, or you play around Hades and don't really go for the Diablo shift line because they can take it out so efficiently, then you'll actually do pretty good. So we're going to try that today. So we don't totally want to go for the Diablo shift line, but we do kind of want to see if they have something. We don't have a morph to shift either Captain Hook or Beast, but we kind of want to keep it in case we get their shift targets. So I think this is probably an okay hand. I don't think we need to let the Storm Rage on because it's kind of going to be a dead card in our hand right now until we can shift, and that's going to be a while. So we might as well try to get one of these shift targets. So I think I'm going to mulligan all of these and see what we get. Okay, we got a morph and we got an Ursula, so that's going to be good because then we'll be able to play Diablo, see if they have a song we can snipe, and then take it out with Ursula. I do think that means we don't really need Smee, even though it would be really nice to have, which is kind of tough. I think it depends. I think because we have the Smee, we kind of want to go for the Captain Hook shift line more than Beast, even though we could draw cards, but there are 4 Beasts in the deck. We could find another one, so I think I'm going to take the chance and ink Beast. We're going to play Diablo and see what they've got. Okay, so they don't actually have any songs. They do have answers to Diablo, so it's a good thing we didn't really go for that shift line. And that's the thing. They have Elsa, they have Genie, and they have Peter Pan. So they have so many ways of taking out Diablo. So really prioritizing Diablo in this deck, or against this deck, is just not the way to go. Okay, so they don't have anything, which means we don't need to play the Ursula right now. It's not like Blurple has B-Prep or anything to take out. It's basically, we usually just mainly are taking out their card draw and stuff, or like a Let It Go or something. Okay, so we do have a Pete. We kind of want that to prevent them from doing stuff, but also it's a shift target. So I think what we do is ink Ursula, because we're not going to need her right now. If we want to shift Captain Hook next turn, we have to play Morph. If we want to play Smee, we have to do that. But I think we kind of want to shift. Like, we really do want to get these shift target characters out sooner rather than later, just because they're so effective. So I think we just quest with Diablo, and we just pass, because I don't think there's anything they're really going to do. They're just going to ramp right now. Yeah, so they're just going to play Sail, and they're going to ramp. And then maybe play like a Popsicle. Yep. Hey, I've played Blurble before. All right, so we've got another Beast. This actually kind of changes my mind. I kind of want to shift Beast and start trying to keep up, because Keeping up with Plurple's draw is really difficult, and if we're able to put the Beast on the board, they're gonna need like Let It Go or Hades to get rid of it, or they can play an Elsa. But there's still a turn or two away from Elsa, so we can get some lore off, or we can get some card draw off Beast, and then if we know they have an Elsa, unless they inked it. So we can probably get away with it. I think where Smee is kind of past his points. I think we shift Beast, and we quest. And then I don't think we quest with Beast yet because I don't want anything to happen to them, because they could play an ink, they could play a character and then Fox into it, and then we don't get the card draw. So I'd rather get the card draw. So I'm gonna pass. And they play Tipo. Okay, so now we're in Elsa territory. So there is a chance that Beast sort of just gets hit, and then, you know, so we're gonna draw off Beast. That's kind of nice. It's unfortunate that we don't have another character right now. So I think we ink Strength, because I think we only really need one of these. And then I think we just play a Pete. And because we're in that territory where Beast is probably going to get got, I think he kind of did his job. And I think we just quest with him and get the lore. We got a card and a lore off him. And I think that's pretty okay. So yeah, they're going to toss Tipo into Diablo. Again, that's something I don't think... There are things that Inktable does where I'm like, why would you do that? Normally you wouldn't do that. So, okay, what can we do here? So, we can get rid of the genie right now with Zeus. We kind of want to draw a card. So I think we have Pete sing Storm and take out Tipo, so we can draw a card and kind of even this up. We don't really need Tinkerbell right now, although we could just ditch the extra Captain Hook, because we don't really need that. The question is, do we play Captain Hook? They are low on cards right now. We could play Captain Hook. Excuse me. We could play Captain Hook, and then we could sing Zeus with Beast and take out Genie, and then we have a lot more advantage. I think we do that. So let's play Hook, and then we'll sing, because Beast has kind of done his job, and now he can be more useful just singing songs. So let's see what they get. They're going to quest. I'm going to guess they're going to Fox or something. Nope, they're going to Hades away the Captain Hook. That's okay. We get to draw a card. And now we have Pete, Space Pirate, which is another really good card. We also have Tinkerbell, so we can kind of threaten them a bit. I think we kind of go for it and keep putting these like big characters down. Because we could shift. I don't really want to though, because I kind of want the extra character, because then we can sing, blast the crab. We can quest with Beast again and just keep the lore coming. As long as they don't, and they're gonna hit Beast, that's okay. Beast has done more than enough this game. He's done work. Okay, and there's the Elsa finally, who's gonna take out the Beast. Fair enough. Okay, so they're gonna heal Hades. We could still take out Hades, and we can play a Tinkerbell. I think we play a Tinkerbell and just kind of like threaten the board a bit. I think we have Pete take out Hades because he'll only take 2 damage. And then we just quest with the other Pete and just keep it going. For Blurple, they have like no cards in their hand, but again, it's Inktable. They kind of play it dumb. So it's not the same. Tipo's gonna ram probably into Pete. All right, fair enough. The nice thing is we can play another Tinkerbell and just get rid of that Elsa, and you just start questing with stuff. I'm not going to shift. I'm just gonna play. And now we've got a bunch of, like, we've probably won this game at this point, unless they just start really drawing cards and get everything they need. We're on pace to just win. Okay, there's another Hades. So it's not amazing. But we did get another Beast, so I think we play Hook and Beast. We could just ram into the crab and do 2 damage to Hades, which means if he attacks Tinkerbell, he'll he'll get banished. So I think we do that. And then I don't think we quest with Pete right now, just because I don't really want to lose him. I kind of like having a lot of characters. Plus, if we get another Pete, we can shift. So I think we just kind of live with that. And perfect. They just set us up for some greatness. So we're going to draw another card. I think we play the Diablo, because I think he's probably pretty safe right now. We'll have Tinkerbell sacrifice herself, take out Hades, but then can also take out the Chernobongs so that they don't draw cards. And then we can pretty safely just quest with everyone, even if they get a rush character and take out Hook. I'm not really concerned with that. We have so much lore on the board. And there's a bell. Yeah, we draw a card, quest with Diablo. We just put another Diablo down, put this Diablo down, put the Morph down. Like, they're not going to wipe our board. So, and honestly, we just quest. I don't know why I did all that. We could just quest it in one. So that's Blurple on the play. So let's try Blurple on the draw. I will say, in my little bit of testing, when I was trying to play Diablo, I was losing a lot to Blurple, even against Inktable, even as dumb as Inktable is a lot of times. I was losing a lot. But I ended up, the minute I realized just don't play Diablo until like the end of the game, I ended up doing a lot better. So we're going to actually just throw all this away. We have these two. Beast would be kind of good for later, but he might end up being some ink. But I think these uninkables just need to go. Diablo, we can't really focus right now. And Strength, we don't have anyone to sing it until turn 3, so we're just going to toss it all. Okay. This isn't terrible. These I kind of don't want right now. Well, let's see. So we get another Smee. That's probably an easy just throw in the Inkwell. We'll play the Captain Hook. And Captain Hook can kind of just sit there. The question is, do we play Morph and Morph it into Beast? Which did work out for us last game because they don't really have an answer to it early. Okay, we did get the Hook. This actually might be a really good time to test out or show just how powerful these two are on turn 3. So I think we ink Mosquito Bites. We're not going to need it anytime soon. We play Smee and we just pass. We let them feel safe. Excuse me. Safe and secure. And they also miss turn 2 ramp, and there's the Peter Pan. So that's why we don't really keep Diablo right now. Okay, so we could play Ursula. Oh man. Normally I wouldn't want to ink this, but it is Blurple. And the only thing I'm really worried about is like Let It Go, but Let It Go is not going to happen for like 2 more turns. So I really wish these weren't here, because that really would have helped. And I don't really want to use them on Peter Pan. That seems like overkill. Man, as sad as it sounds, I think we ink this. I think we go for it. Let's be greedy. So we're going to shift Captain Hook. And then we're going to have... Although maybe we do just go all out, but they might play a Genie next turn, and that would be the better thing. The thing is, if we take that out, Peter Pan's gonna roll in, and I'd rather keep him around. You know what? I'm talking myself into it. It seems like overkill, but this might be the way to survival. Oh, and then Smee gets the resist and the strength. Yeah, this was the way to go. And then we can wipe the board and pass, and Smee won't take any damage because Captain Hook is a captain. That's why this combo is really strong. Let's see what we get. Another Captain Hook. I don't think we need that. I think we play the Morph and set up. And then I think we take care of this Genie. Just right off the bat. And then quest. And now we've taken the lead. We do need to shift this Beast next turn because we are dangerously low on cards. Oh, that's not happening. Unless... Oh, they're going to take the Smee out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would not have done that, actually. But I'm not ink table. So we're going to play Beast. And honestly, I think we just quest with Hook and pass. We don't need to do much else. They're in Let It Go territory, which wouldn't be great for us. They're going to be in Hades territory very soon. So we definitely need the card draw off this Beast. We cannot risk not getting it. So we'll draw the cards. Let's take a look at their hand, actually. What do they have? Oh, they do have Hades. So it is nice that we have these because we have more pirates. So I think we play these. The question is, which one are they gonna Hades, right? It's like, do we go for the lore? If it were me on the other side, I would Hades Beast because, like, even though this helps trade, Elsa is evasive, so I can't really trade with that. I think we say screw it. Like, one of them's gonna go anyway, so we just quest. And if it was me, I would Hades the Beast to get the card draw to go away. We'll see what Ink Table does, because sometimes it's unpredictable, but we shall see. And yeah, it takes the Captain Hook, which, weird choice, but okay. So we can, the question is, do we take out the Elsa to get card draw, or do we go all in on taking out Hades so they can't bounce it? I think we go for the Hades, honestly, as much as that doesn't sound great. Okay, we have this, but we can't play it till next turn. I think we just blast Hades and then quest with Smee. He's not going to lose anything, and he'll be there, and we'll quest, so we'll see. This is why this matchup can get kind of rough sometimes, is they have really good ways of just, like, removing or outing your most important characters, and if you don't draw the removal you need, it can be kind of rough. I think we can still win, but it's really going to depend on our draws coming up, and yeah, they're going to hit Beast. Grab your sword would be amazing right now. What if we see if we can summon it? No. I think we play Pete. I think we just keep this just to kind of get some knowledge. The question is, do we just try to outrace them? Because we have 5, and yeah, they could take some of it out, but I think we could possibly outrace them. I'm going to pass. Smee will take his damage. Let's see what happens. I don't really have any way to deal with their board at the moment. If they pull, like, more Hades or let it go, like, I think they basically win the game. So at this point, we just need to race fate and see what happens, right? Genie, okay. A go-go would win us the game right now. Because even if they took out Beast, we could go-go, and yeah, it's not terrible. I don't totally mind that. We're gonna play Tinkerbell. That'll take out at least one of the Elsas, and then it will threaten the rest of the board. They're gonna quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. We can beat them on the race unless they draw some removal. So let's just hope they don't draw removal. And that's the thing with this, you kind of have to be, like, aggressively questing, but also aggressively removing, and it gets kind of difficult. You need your draws to go really well, especially on the draw. Oh, and they play Diablo, okay. Yeah, so they're gonna quest to 14, and then they don't have anything, apparently, so we win. I think that would have gone differently if they had, like, played Hades on the Beast, because we would not have pulled a lot of the cards we pulled. That definitely was their downfall, and obviously it's Ink Table, it does some stupid things, but I hope this was informative to you. I hope you guys like this. I want to try doing more deck stuff, in like deck highlight stuff in the future, so let me know in the comments if you liked this. Let me know how you feel about the deck, what you would change, what you would do. I'm definitely going to probably be changing it in a week, so you can follow the Dreamborn link down below, and I will probably update it as the set goes on, because I do think this is probably the deck that I'm going to be playing all set, unless something really drastic happens or I've just fallen in love with something else, but I think I'm sticking with this one for a while. So be sure to look at the Dreamborn thing. I will update it as time goes on, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye. Love you.